There's greatness inside of you. You weren't created to stay stuck, to struggle, or to depend on others to determine your future. No matter where you come from, no matter what obstacles are in your way, you have the power to rise higher and step into your destiny. Being self-made isn't just about money or status. It's about taking ownership of your life, refusing to settle, and becoming everything you were meant to be. The first step to being self-made is knowing deep in your heart that you were created for something greater. Before the world acknowledges your talent, before doors open, before anyone else sees it, you have to see it. You have to carry yourself like the person you're becoming, not just the person you are now. You may not have the experience yet. You may not have the connections. But if you have the belief, you already have everything you need to get started. People may look at you and think you don't have what it takes. They may remind you of your background, your shortcomings, or the times you've failed. But their opinions don't determine your destiny. What they don't see is the fire inside you. They don't know the strength, the resilience, the determination that's been planted within you. When no one else claps for you, clap for yourself. When no one else speaks life over your future, speak it over yourself. Because if you don't believe in you, why should anyone else? Look at the most successful people in the world. They weren't born into success. They built it. They had a vision when nobody else did. They showed up when no one was watching. They kept pushing when others gave up. What made them different? It wasn't talent alone. It wasn't luck. It was an unshakable belief that they were meant for more. You can't wait for people to approve you before you take action. If you wait for permission, you'll stay stuck where you are. Some people may never believe in you. Some may try to hold you back. That's okay. Your destiny is not tied to their approval. The right people will come at the right time, but until then, you have to be your own biggest supporter. Even if you failed before, even if you don't feel qualified, remind yourself, I am capable, I am strong, I am built for this. Every great achiever started as an ordinary person who simply refused to give up. The only difference between them and those who never made it is that they chose to believe, even when there was no evidence, even when the odds were stacked against them. So stand tall, step forward, and walk in confidence. Your belief in yourself is the foundation of everything you will build. And when you truly believe, the world will have no choice but to believe with you. Speak life over your future. Your words have power. The things you say about yourself, your dreams, and your future are shaping your destiny. If you keep saying, I'll never get ahead, I'm not smart enough, or things never work out for me, you're speaking defeat into your life. But when you start declaring, I am capable, opportunities are coming my way, and my best days are ahead of me, you shift the atmosphere. You're setting yourself up for success. You can't talk like a victim and expect to live like a victor. You can't speak fear and expect to walk in confidence. What you speak, you invite. So start speaking words of faith, words of power, words of abundance. Even if you don't see it yet, declare it anyway. Say, I am blessed, I am favored, I am strong, I am rising higher. Your words are seeds, and if you keep planting the right ones, in due time you'll see the harvest. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you say? Do you complain about how tired you are? Do you dread the day ahead? Or do you say, this is going to be a great day. I have everything I need. Something good is coming my way. The way you speak in the morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. Maybe you've been speaking negative things over your life without even realizing it. You've been saying, I'll never find the right opportunity, and that's exactly what's been happening. You've been saying, I'll always struggle, and that's what you keep experiencing. But today, you can change that. Instead of speaking what you see, start speaking what you want to see. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, start declaring what's right. Even when life gets tough, don't let negative words come out of your mouth. When you feel overwhelmed, don't say, I can't handle this. Say, I am strong enough to overcome this. When things aren't moving as fast as you'd like, don't say, it's never going to happen. Say, the right doors are opening for me at the right time. The words you speak in the waiting season will determine what you walk into in the next season. Your words are creating your future. If you want to see more favor, start speaking favor. If you want to see more success, start speaking success. If you want to see breakthroughs, start speaking them into existence. Speak life, speak victory, speak abundance, and watch your world begin to change. Stop waiting for approval. If you're waiting for someone to validate you, to tell you that you're good enough, smart enough, talented enough, you may be waiting a long time. Some people will never see your potential. They may overlook you, underestimate you, or even discourage you, but that's okay because your destiny is not in their hands. You don't need their approval. You don't need their permission to be great. The only approval you need is your own. Too many dreams die because people are waiting for others to confirm what they already know deep inside. They're waiting for their family to believe in them. They're waiting for their friends to support them. But here's the truth. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will cheer you on. And that's not a reason to shrink back. It's a reason to move forward with even more determination. Think about the greatest achievers in history. Many of them started with no support, no recognition, and no one clapping for them. They didn't wait for the world to say, "You're ready." They decided they were ready and they took action. They understood that if they waited for the perfect time, they would never start. The longer you wait for approval, the more you delay your destiny. Some people spend years, sometimes their whole lives, holding back because they're afraid of what others will think. But what if the people you're waiting on never give you the validation you're looking for? Are you willing to let your purpose go unfulfilled just because someone else doesn't see it? Stop looking for outside confirmation of what you already know inside. If you feel called to start a business, start it. If you have a gift, use it. If there's a dream in your heart, chase it. Stop second guessing yourself because someone else doesn't get it. Your purpose is too important to be put on hold. And don't let the fear of criticism stop you. No matter what you do, there will always be people who don't approve. If you play it safe, they'll say you're not doing enough. If you take risks, they'll say you're doing too much. You can't win by trying to please everyone. So stop trying. Instead, focus on pleasing the one who gave you the vision and trust that the right people will come alongside you at the right time. You were not created to live for other people's approval. You were created to rise higher, to step into your destiny, and to do something great with your life. Don't let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others keep you stuck. Approve yourself, validate yourself, and move forward with confidence, knowing that everything you need is already inside you. No one is coming to do it for you. No one is coming to do it for you. If you want to rise higher, if you want to achieve your dreams, you have to take ownership of your growth. You can't wait for the right opportunity, the right mentor, or the perfect circumstances to push you forward. You have to be intentional about becoming the best version of yourself. Too often, people blame their lack of progress on external factors. They say, "I didn't have the right upbringing, nobody taught me how," or "I don't have the resources." But the truth is, success doesn't start with what's around you. It starts with what's inside you. There are people who have come from nothing and built something extraordinary because they refuse to make excuses. Instead of waiting for someone to teach them, they went out and learned. Instead of expecting a handout, they worked with what they had. If you want to grow, you have to be willing to stretch yourself. That means reading books, developing new skills, investing in yourself. It means waking up early to work on your goals, staying up late to refine your craft, and doing the hard things that others aren't willing to do. You can't rely on what you knew yesterday to carry you into tomorrow. Growth requires continuous effort. You also have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen in places of ease. It happens when you challenge yourself. It happens when you do the things that scare you, when you push through self-doubt, when you refuse to settle for average. The people who achieve great things aren't necessarily the most talented. They're the ones who are willing to put in the work, to take risks, and to keep going even when it's hard. And don't wait for someone else to motivate you. You may not always have someone cheering you on, and that's okay. Learn to be your own biggest encourager. Remind yourself why you started. Keep your vision in front of you. Stay focused on the person you're becoming. No one is responsible for your success but you. No one can grow for you. No one can put in the effort for you. If you want a better life, take responsibility for making it happen. Start today. Take action and watch how your dedication and persistence lead you to places you never imagined. Turn setbacks into comebacks. Life will knock you down. You'll face disappointments, failures, and obstacles you never saw coming. People may walk away, doors may close, and things may not go according to plan. But just because you've had a setback doesn't mean you're finished. The setback is not the end of your story. It's the setup for your greatest comeback. Every successful person you admire has been through seasons of struggle. They've had moments where they wanted to give up, moments where nothing seemed to work. But the difference between those who stay down and those who rise again is their mindset. They don't let failure define them. They don't let disappointment break them. Instead, they use their setbacks as fuel to push forward. Maybe you've lost something, an opportunity, a relationship, a business, or a dream you worked so hard for. It's easy to get discouraged, to think maybe this just isn't for me. But what if that closed door was just redirecting you to something better? What if that failure was teaching you something you needed to learn? The struggle is not there to stop you, it's there to strengthen you. Think about this. Every time you fall, you have a choice. You can stay down or you can get back up stronger. You can complain about what went wrong or you can learn from it and come back wiser. When life pushes you down, push back harder. Remind yourself, this is not how my story ends. I will rise again, I will overcome. You may have faced rejection, but rejection is often just redirection. You may have had a delay, but a delay is not a denial. The challenge in front of you is not bigger than the power inside of you. You are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you realize. The best comebacks come from people who refuse to quit. They take what was meant to break them and use it to build something even greater. They turn their pain into power, their loss into lessons, and their struggles into strength. So don't let a setback make you think you're unworthy. Don't let failure convince you that you can't succeed. Stand up, shake off the doubt, and move forward with even more determination. Your comeback is coming, and when it does, it will be greater than anything you've lost. Stay focused, stay strong, and keep pushing. You haven't seen your best days yet. Stay away from dream killers. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your dreams. Some people will try to talk you out of what you know deep down you are meant to do. They may say you're not talented enough, not smart enough, or that your dreams are too big. But just because they don't see it doesn't mean it's not possible. Just because they don't believe doesn't mean you shouldn't. Dream killers come in different forms. Some are negative people, always doubting, always complaining, always seeing what could go wrong instead of what could go right. Others may disguise their doubt as concern, saying things like, I just don't want you to get your hopes up. Or, are you sure this is realistic? They may mean well, but their words can plant seeds of fear and hesitation. And then there are those who are simply intimidated by your ambition. Your drive exposes their lack of drive. Your determination reminds them of the dreams they gave up on. Instead of celebrating you, they try to hold you back. You have to recognize these voices for what they are, distractions. You weren't called to live a life based on other people's opinions. If you let their words get into your heart, they will weaken your faith, drain your energy, and cause you to doubt yourself. You'll start thinking small, playing it safe, and settling for less than what you're capable of. That's why you have to be intentional about who you listen to. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher, people who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in your potential even when you don't fully see it yet. Find those who speak life into your dreams, who encourage you to push forward, who remind you that you are capable of doing great things. And if you can't find that kind of support right now, don't worry. Become your own biggest encourager. Speak over yourself. Remind yourself why you started. Keep your focus on where you're going, not on who doesn't believe in you. At the end of the day, your dream is yours. It wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Protect it, nurture it, fight for it, and don't waste time trying to convince people who were never meant to understand it. Stay away from dream killers and keep moving forward toward the destiny that's waiting for you. Success doesn't just happen. You have to put in the work. You have to show up, stay disciplined, and give your best every single day. You can't sit back and wait for opportunities to fall into your lap. If you want to achieve something great, you have to be willing to put in the effort, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, even when you don't see immediate results. But here's the key. Hard work alone isn't enough. You can hustle all day, but if you don't trust that there's a bigger plan at work, you'll burn yourself out. You'll stress over things you can't control. You'll get frustrated when things don't go your way, and you'll start to believe that success is all on your shoulders. That's not how you were meant to live. Yes, work hard. Do everything in your power to prepare, to learn, to grow. But then take a step back and trust. Trust that the right doors will open at the right time. Trust that the setbacks, the delays, and the detours are not failures. They're just part of the process. What you think is a roadblock might actually be a blessing in disguise. What you see as rejection may be protection from something that wasn't meant for you. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own timelines and expectations that we forget there's a greater plan unfolding. We think, I should be further along by now, or why hasn't this happened yet? But just because it's taking longer than you expected doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Keep showing up, keep doing your part, and trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. Have peace in knowing that you don't have to force things to happen. You don't have to manipulate situations, chase after people, or stress over every little detail. Your job is to work hard, stay faithful, and believe that things are working out in your favor, even when you can't see it yet. And when things do start falling into place, when the right opportunities show up, when you look back and realize that every delay, every challenge, and every closed door actually led you to something better, you'll understand that it was never just about your effort. It was about a bigger plan that was guiding you all along. So keep working, keep believing, and keep trusting. You're not just out here struggling on your own. There's a plan for your life, and it's greater than anything you can imagine. Be a giver, not just a taker. True success isn't just about what you get, it's about what you give. If your only focus is on getting ahead, making money, and chasing personal success, you might reach a level of achievement, but you'll miss out on real fulfillment. The happiest, most successful people aren't just takers, they're givers. They understand that life isn't just about climbing to the top, it's about lifting others along the way. When you live with a giving heart, you create a flow of blessings in your life. What you pour out always finds its way back to you. If you give encouragement, you'll receive encouragement. If you give kindness, kindness will come back to you. If you give your time, your talents, your resources to help others, doors will open for you in ways you never expected. Some people hold on so tightly to what they have, afraid to give, afraid to share. They think that if they give too much, they'll have less. But the truth is, giving doesn't decrease you, it increases you. It expands your heart, deepens your relationships, and attracts more abundance into your life. When you give, you step into a flow where opportunities, connections, and favor start coming your way. Being a giver doesn't mean you have to give away all your money or do grand gestures. It can be as simple as offering a kind word, sharing your knowledge, mentoring someone who's just starting out, or being there for a friend in need. It's about shifting your mindset from what can I get to how can I serve? And here's the thing, when you give without expecting anything in return, life has a way of surprising you. The right people will come into your life. The right doors will open. The blessings you thought you were losing by giving will come back to you, multiply. So don't go through life just focused on what you can take. Make it your mission to add value wherever you go. Lift others, share what you have, and be a person who makes the world a little better. Because at the end of the day, it's not what you get that defines your success, it's what you give. Distractions are everywhere. Every day, something is trying to pull you away from your purpose. Doubt, negativity, comparison, fear, and even temporary opportunities that aren't meant for you. If you're not careful, you'll spend more time chasing what's urgent instead of what's important. You'll get so caught up in what's happening around you that you lose sight of the bigger picture. That's why you have to make a decision. No matter what comes my way, I will stay focused. No matter how long it takes, I will stay faithful. Your dreams, your goals, the purpose that's been placed in your heart, it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have seasons of waiting, times when it feels like nothing is moving, moments where you wonder if you're even on the right path. And in those moments, it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to look at what others are doing and think, maybe I should try that instead. It's easy to start doubting yourself, thinking, maybe I don't have what it takes. But when you lose focus, you lose progress. You can't afford to let distractions pull you off course. The comparison game will slow you down. Fear will keep you stuck. The opinions of others will shake your confidence. But when you keep your eyes on your own path, when you remind yourself why you started in the first place, you develop an unshakable focus. Think of it like a race. A runner doesn't spend time looking at the people in the lanes beside them. They don't slow down to see who's watching or worry about how long it's taking. They fix their eyes on the finish line and keep moving forward. That's the kind of focus you need. Keep your eyes on the goal. Keep showing up even when you don't see immediate results. Keep doing the work even when no one is clapping for you. Because when you stay focused, you build momentum. And momentum leads to breakthroughs. Maybe you've been working hard, but the results aren't showing yet. Maybe you've been praying, believing, pushing forward, but it still feels like nothing is changing. This is where most people give up. They think if it was meant to be, it would have happened by now. But the truth is, your faithfulness in the waiting season determines your success in the next season. Just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean it's not coming. The seeds you've planted are growing beneath the surface. The work you've been putting in is building something greater than you realize. The doors that seem closed right now might just be waiting for the perfect time to open. That's why you have to stay faithful. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep doing what you can with what you have. Faithfulness means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means staying committed even when the excitement fades. It means believing in the promise even when you don't see progress. Too many people quit right before their breakthrough. They give up in the middle of the process, not realizing they were closer than they thought. Don't let that be you. Oh, many times we get so focused on the big picture that we forget to be faithful in the small things. We think when the big opportunity comes, I'll work harder. When people start recognizing me, I'll be more committed. When I get that big break, I'll take it seriously. But that's not how success works. You don't get the big opportunities until you prove you can handle the small ones. Be faithful where you are right now. If you're working on a dream, give it your best effort. Even if no one sees it yet, you have a small platform. Treat it with the same dedication you would if it were a huge stage. If you're learning a skill, practice it like your future depends on it, because it does. When you're faithful in the little things, bigger things will come. At the end of the day, success isn't about luck. It's not about shortcuts. It's about consistency. It's about having the discipline to stay on course when distractions come, the patience to keep going when progress is slow, and the faith to believe that everything is working out in your favor. So don't let delays discourage you. Don't let setbacks shake you. Don't let distractions pull you away from what you know you're meant to do. Stay focused on your vision. Stay faithful to the process. Keep believing. Keep working and keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. There's more in you than you realize. You weren't created to live a life of mediocrity, to just get by or to settle for whatever comes your way. You have gifts, talents, and potential that are far greater than what you've tapped into. But here's the thing. If you want to see all that's possible for you, you have to refuse to settle. You have to stop thinking small, stop accepting average, and start dreaming bigger than ever before. Some people stop dreaming because life has worn them down. They've faced too many disappointments, too many delays, too many times when things didn't work out the way they hoped. So instead of believing for more, they settle for less. Instead of reaching higher, they accept whatever is in front of them. But that's not how you're meant to live. Just because you face challenges doesn't mean you should lower your expectations. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. You have to keep dreaming, keep believing, and keep expecting greater things. The size of your dream determines the size of your life. If you dream small, you'll live small. If you think you've reached your limit, you have. But if you dare to dream big, to step out in faith, to believe that you are capable of more, you'll open doors to opportunities you never imagined. One of the greatest dangers in life isn't failure, it's comfort. It's thinking, this is good enough. I don't need to push for more. It's settling into a routine, staying where it's safe, and never stretching beyond what feels familiar. But growth doesn't happen in places of comfort. Dreams don't come true when you're playing it safe. Maybe you've achieved some success, and that's great, but don't let it stop you from reaching for the next level. Maybe you've made progress, but there's still so much more in store for you. Don't let where you are right now make you think you've seen your best days. There's always another level. There's more to learn, more to achieve, more impact to make. But you won't experience it if you settle. Some people settle because they're afraid of failure. They think, what if I try and it doesn't work out? What if I dream big and I fall short? But I'd rather aim high and come up short than never try at all. I'd rather step out in faith and believe for the impossible than look back one day and wonder what could have been. If you're always around people who think small, who never take risks, who tell you to be realistic, you'll start shrinking your dreams to match their expectations. But if you surround yourself with visionaries, with people who push limits, who encourage you to go after greatness, their mindset will rub off on you. Find people who challenge you to think bigger. Get around those who have already done what you want to do. Learn from those who have overcome obstacles and achieved success. The right environment will elevate your thinking and help you see what's possible. Your dream should scare you a little. It should make you think, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I believe it will. That's the kind of dream that forces you to grow. If you only go after things that seem within reach, you'll never tap into your full potential. Growth happens when you push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. It happens when you step into new challenges, take risks, and refuse to settle for the ordinary. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let past failure stop you from believing in the future. Keep stretching, keep growing, and keep dreaming bigger. You haven't seen your greatest success yet. You haven't reached your highest potential. There are still doors waiting to open, opportunities waiting to be unlocked, and dreams waiting to be fulfilled. But you have to believe it. You have to wake up every day with an expectation that something great is on the way. So don't settle for anything less than what you're capable of. Don't let disappointments talk you out of dreaming big. Keep believing, keep reaching, and keep pushing forward. The best is yet to come, and your biggest dreams are still waiting to be realized. You were not created to live a life of limitations. You were meant to rise higher, to push past obstacles, and to accomplish things beyond what you ever imagined. But that won't happen if you settle. It won't happen if you let fear, doubt, or past disappointments hold you back. So today, make a decision. I will not settle. I will not shrink my dreams. I will not let comfort or fear keep me from stepping into my full potential. No matter where you are right now, this is not the end of your story. There is more in you. There are bigger opportunities ahead, greater victories waiting for you, and new levels of success that you haven't even tapped into yet. Keep pressing forward. Keep believing that your best days are ahead. Keep stretching your faith, expanding your vision, and daring to dream bigger. Because when you refuse to settle, when you keep pushing forward despite the challenges, when you trust that there's more in store for you, nothing can stop you from becoming everything you were meant to be.